Man, you really suck at this game. Damn.
Lost. Zone C captured.
You died. Noob. I'm doing the best I can. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Running with Scissors. I'm your host, Mark Everett.
And I'm Kalina Bloodcloud.
Your last name, is that Native American?
Yes, it is.
Is it Cherokee or?
It's Sioux, Native American.
Alright. I'm actually part Native American. I wish I had a cool last name like you though.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I cannot believe it's already December though.
I know, it seemed like this year went by so fast.
I mean, I actually wore shorts this morning. Like summer, I mean, we're in North Carolina, but summer has just come and gone, and it's already Christmas time almost. Mm-hmm. You have any holiday plans?
Supposed to be getting up with my family and just eating away.
That's my favorite part of the holidays. Well, anyway, we got a great show tonight. We're going to go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and start the show. All right? Show tonight, packed show. As you know, Star Wars is right around the corner, so tonight we're going to be showing you some Star Wars clips to honor the movie. Also tonight we're going to be hearing from Dee and Mike in another segment of Well Spoken. And also we're going to be hearing from Ernie Brin with some helpful household hints.
Also tonight we'll be hearing strange and weird news from Ernie Brin. What can we expect, Ernie?
Thanks, guys. Tonight I will tell you about a group of scientists that created a working tractor beam. Also later, a getaway where you are surrounded by Star Wars collectibles and all the inside scoops on that. Nice. Also, for coffee lovers, I'm going to tell you how you can get free coffee forever. Okay? All this later on Strange and Weird News. Back to you guys.
We're going to take a small break, but when we come back, we're going to take a look at some videos from around the net.
Hi, I'm Joseph, Vice President of Egypt. You may have heard of me. And hey, have you ever asked yourself, what am I going to do with all these grains I've got sitting around? You know, that's an interesting point. And speaking of interesting points, check out these pyramids I just built. That's right, these pyramids are going to be open for grain storage starting tomorrow. So you can take all your grains and put them in here. I'm just going to charge you a little bit. It's a good deal. And then you don't have to worry about having all the grains, willy-nilly all around your house. Your dog's getting into them and stuff. So bring your grains down and we're going to store them for you in our new pyramids. They're crazy looking. And so come on down. They're right off the belt line. And when I say belt line, I mean the line of belts that we use to whip the people who make these things. So yeah, you heard it here. Trust me, as a guy who personally has been sold at least 5 times, I'm going to sell you the deal of a lifetime at Joseph's Pyramid Grain Storage.
All right, welcome back. We're going to take a look at some videos. This first one comes from Terry Tufferson, and it shows us that in the Star Wars universe, probably one of the main reasons why the Empire just can't get ahead. They just can't get ahead.
Well, the next one comes from a Cinema Prime, and it shows us just how strong the dark side can be.
All right.
Superman's distress signal is coming from That's no moon. Initiate cloaking mode. I've located Superman.
Excellent. Then it looks like you're good to go.
There's something else I need.
My lord, sensors indicate a breach of security in your armory.
He's here for the Kryptonian. Lock down cell blocks 3 and 4, and leave the rest to me.
I'm approaching Superman's location.
You've made a mistake coming here.
Release Superman. While you still can.
You do not know the power of the dark side.
I'll take my science over your magic any day. Let's see how well you breathe now.
The Force will sustain me long enough.
Exactly. Better focused on you than me.
You underestimated me.
I underestimate nothing.
You cannot win. You wasted your opportunity to defeat me. Now, you will die. Your theatrics will not help you.
How's this for theatrics? Your lack of faith is your downfall.
Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. This next one comes to us from MTU 54, and it's an actual Star Wars airport. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Let's take a look at it. Strange and Weird News with Ernie Bren. Take it away, Ernie.
All right, thanks guys. All right, tonight for our first story for all you science nerds out there. It's a story about, up until now, tractor beams have been a staple in science fiction movies such as Star Trek and Star Wars. Well, scientists from the University of Bristol in England have actually invented an actual working tractor beam. The device they created uses ultrasound at a frequency of 40 kilohertz. It levitates, rotates, moves objects. At this time, it can only remotely move objects, and this technology, it can move. Well, it could pave a way for containerless transportation. If you don't know what I mean, it's like transporting something into a dangerous area that is otherwise contamination, risk of contamination, and not so far-fetched to think. Sound actually can levitate objects. Dang it, I lost my way. Sound can levitate objects, different sizes, materials, through air, water, and tissue. This can be used to manipulate cells, compounds of living things without touching or contaminating them. For example, in the medical field, a tractor beam could move or disintegrate clots. It could, destroy kidney stones or destroy drug capsules without any use of operation or knife. The researchers also, they're working on a larger tractor beam to move larger objects. Well, maybe soon they'll be able to use on the International Space Station. And also our next story is a postman for, this is for Star Wars fans. A postman, Dave Oldbury's 46. He spent around $230,000 on toys, posters, collectible items, books, life-size stormtroopers outfits. And this superfan is offering people a chance to stay at his home surrounded by all this. He has turned it into a shrine to sci-fi films. He's amassed over 9,000 autographs from the cast and crew. He's roamed all over the world, searching for the franchise's biggest stars just to get their autograph. And the garage of his 3-bedroom home is packed with more than 500 action figures. I keep saying that. Now you, for $54 a night, can stay at his house. He's inviting fans to stay here this month. He's been, since 1977, he's been traveling the world in search of meeting cast members and lots of stories to share from hanging out with his heroes. If you stay at his house, though, he's made a list of a few rules. You can't use the side path to get into the house because it leads to the dark side. And finally, for coffee drinkers, which I love coffee, are you tired of hearing of Starbucks and well, an ingenious customer has figured out a simple way to get free coffee every day. He bought 365 membership cards and filled out for his birthday each day. So he's taking advantage of the company's birthday treat on us. This customer, who goes by Mr. X, goes to different Starbucks and receives a free coffee or snack every day. And he doesn't just get any coffee or something. He didn't get anything simple every day. He gets the largest size and a list of ingredients and when to add the ingredients to the coffee. According to Cosmopolitan magazine, this hack could save coffee drinkers at least $435 a year. But be warned, don't do this because it's actually fraud and could land you in trouble. And that's the strange and weird news. Back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Ernie. Thanks. All right, we're going to take a small break, but when we come back, we're going to do another segment with Dee and Mike.
Hi, Joseph here again. Joseph's Pyramid Grain Storage. And, grain storage has not been so hot, really not selling as much storage as we thought, probably because we live in the desert. I didn't really think of that. But we're passing the savings on to you. That's right. Now we are half grain storage and half dead people. Bring your dead people down, and we'll bury them in here for you. And it's a really classy place. Have you seen these things? They're pyramids. Speaking of these acute angles, why don't you bring your cute little angels down for a tour? Can we wipe? Can we star wipe? Can we starve David wipe? That's right. Bring your kids down to our pyramids because they're cool. They love to climb on them. And they're a lot of fun for kids. It's a good workout. And it's kind of like, it's almost like a really big box of Cracker Jacks. The kids are digging through it. It's like grain, 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 grain. Famous dead person. This is cool. Lots of history here for the kids to find out about. So bring your kids and your dead people on down to Joseph's Pyramid Grain Storage and Sepulcher. That's right, you heard it from me, Joseph, the guy with the crazy coat. Everybody seems to love it. Come on down.
All right, welcome back. All right, we're having a great show so far, but now it's time to turn the floor over to Dee and Mike. Take it away, guys. Yeah. All right.
Thanks, guys.
We're Dee
And Mike.
with another installment of
Well spoken.
today's topic is procrastination. Something we decided on the way here. We probably should have written this segment out a few days ago, but
Yeah, at
as
least
per
a
the
few.
topic,
Procrastination.
here we are. We're both experts in the field, long-time students, and the kind of people who believe that they can do pretty much anything with any span of time.
Yep.
That's a mistake, and that's the first thing we want to talk about with procrastination. Don't. Just don't. I know that there are a million different things you could be doing. I get it. I want to be doing those things too. But after writing multiple papers that were 20 plus pages in a single night, I can tell you that the damage to my psyche in the long term was not worth it.
Yeah, it's certainly not something you want to experience, and it's not something you want to experience twice. Because the first time it happens, you think to yourself, wow, that was a really, really bad idea. And the second time you do it, you start to really consider whether maybe instead of doing your paper, you should just buy a bottle of bourbon and drink the whole thing and then just pass out, because then you can wake up tomorrow and, you missed the assignment already. It's already over.
So we know that you're going to procrastinate anyways. We're going to keep procrastinating.
Yeah.
It's human nature. So we're going to talk you through a few ways to sort of make the process a little easier. The big one is knowing yourself. Know your limitations and what you're capable of. Know your attention span and work around that. The second big one is to know what you're dealing with.
Yeah, you really need to know exactly what you have to do. Like you don't need to be like, I need to go write some pages, or I think I have to do a book report. No. You need to know exactly which chapters of that book. You need to know exactly how many papers you need to write, how many. You need the word count. You need it down to a science. You need precisely the exact details. Because if you don't have those, you're going in blind and you're like, all right, I just got to write, 3 pages in 2 hours? And then you look at it and the teacher's like 3 to 5. And then you remember that this is the teacher that gives everybody a 50 if they turn in the minimum page count. And you're like, crap.
So the next thing is to know what distracts you. Whether it's Facebook, whether it's your PS4, whether it's paint drying because you really hate what you're doing that much. Figure it out. Nail it down. And actually find a way to intersperse it with getting work done. You're not going to work for 8 hours straight on that paper. No one in their right mind is capable of that. And if they are, they won't be in their right mind afterwards.
No, it will not.
I had to learn this lesson the hard way. I do web design, and I had a site to finish in about 3 days, and it was about a week and a half worth of work. So about 10 Red Bulls and about 5 or 6 quadruple shots of espresso later, I learned a few valuable lessons. You can't do the impossible. Admit it to yourself at first and ask for help if you need it.
I'm just remembering it, and I was there looking from the inside out, and it was like watching the deterioration of a man, just to watch his slow decline into insanity as he slowly became more and more jittery and less focused.
I don't actually remember that much of it.
Oh, I do. Towards the end of it, you were kind of like almost not all the way there. It was as if you had disassociated yourself completely from your body. It was actually amazing that you were functioning at a high level.
Was it really a high level? I woke up, work was done. I'm not really sure how it happened. But you have to account for what you're capable of, and you have to sleep. Dear God, you're too old to pull all-nighters.
Yeah.
No matter what age you are.
Yeah, you could be 12. That's too long for an all-nighter, or too old for an all-nighter. I pulled an all-nighter, I think, a few days ago. Yeah, I pulled an all-nighter a few days ago. It was awful. I thought I died. Like I was trying to figure out. I was losing bits of time. I was trying to put together the hours. I was trying to figure out. I was like, did I fall asleep for 30 minutes, or did I close my eyes and do something? You just lose it. You're just like, this is horrible. I wanna go to sleep. And you know what the worst thing about it is? That time you spent procrastinating, that could have been the time you spent sleeping. You don't get that time back.
Whether it's a problem for current you or future you, it's always going to be a problem for you. Procrastination is taking a problem that is right in front of you and placing it in front of your future self. Future you is not going to be happy about this.
The future self always hates past self.
And he's not really inclined to forgive you for it. So make it a little easier on you and him or her. And just try to find ways to work around it.
Yeah, procrastination is really a big problem for a lot of people, but the most amazing thing about it is that you don't have to do it. You just don't. Take it from us, professional procrastinators. Stop procrastinating.
Please.
Please.
You've been surprisingly well spoken through this.
God damn it.
Back to you guys.
Yeah, take it away.
All right, thanks, guys. We're going to be right back right after these messages. Yeah. All right. So what movie do you want to see today? Here, let me see. Great choice. Who's your favorite character? All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Now I want to turn the floor over to Ernie Bren with some helpful household hints. All right, take it away, Ernie.
Thanks, guys. I'm Ernie. I'm here with some helpful home hints. For those of you who have a garbage disposal, this is some hints that you can go through without having to call a maintenance guy. If you look underneath here, there is a little red button. Sometimes if you have it stuck, it will pop out, and you can put your hand under there and just reset it. And if it's still stuck, this is a food disposal wrench. See here, if you can't get it to go and it's still humming, you insert it here, turn it to get it loose, okay, and then you can turn it back on, and if you hear clanging, that means there's something in there stuck. A lot of times it'll just get gummy, and it is a good idea, even if you don't use your disposal, if you have a strainer there, you say you don't use it, it's a good idea to turn it on every once in a while just to get the gears working, keep everything working. And if you have a problem with smell in your kitchen, you don't know where it's coming from, it could be coming from here. Now, I don't have time to take this apart, but up in here, as it's spinning, it'll throw food particles and stuff and gunk or whatever. And also, here's another thing, never pour grease down a garbage disposal. It's a good hint. It'll throw particles and stuff around here and they won't wash away. Now, this is a disposal care, it foams away grunge and stuff. There's several different products out there that you can use. They very inexpensive. You can buy it at any home improvement store. Is also the wrench if you don't have one. Just buy them and follow the instructions on the inside of the packet, or they have them on the outside, and I'll show you one. They have it on the outside of the little packet here too. So just follow the instructions and keep it clean. You know, you can buy a strainer to put over your strainer sink to only go down what you want to put down in there. And hopefully this will save you some time, money, and some headaches. And that's it. I hope this helps a lot of people. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Ernie. Thank you. Well, that's the end of our show tonight. I had a great time. I think it was a great episode.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Can't wait to show you guys what I got next week. But we will see you guys next week. That's another episode of Running with Scissors. And I'm your host, Mark Everett.
And I'm Kalina Buckcloud.
See you next week.